Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. Huge college basketball slate today, guys. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bells. When you're done with this, go ahead and watch my NBA and NHL video. If you guys want to hop on my private Discord, go ahead. Link in the description, guys. We've been hot this year so far, especially in college basketball. Yeah, love to have you guys in there. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Huge slate today. We've got the all ranked games I'm covering here. First matchup, we've got Kentucky versus Missouri. Missouri opening up as a 5.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 169.5. Kentucky coming into this matchup 20-10. Missouri 21-9. Head-to-head, Kentucky 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. You got Kentucky coming off an LSU win. Missouri on a 2-game losing streak, coming off an Oklahoma loss. Kentucky 13-3 against Missouri, where they've been really good. 0-6 covering on the road against Missouri. So, very interesting there. Missouri 18-1 at home, where they've been really good. 6-0 covering at home against Kentucky, where they've also been really good. But 0-7 in March, obviously this year and the last season, maybe the year prior. So the beginning of Marches have just been so brutal for Missouri. This one's tough here. 5.5. Kentucky has been so good against Missouri, but hasn't been able to cover against them on the road, which is, definitely tough here. I don't know. I might be a sucker for it, but I like the points with Kentucky here. I think they can get the cover and win outright. Missouri very vulnerable coming off this 2-game losing streak here. Give me Kentucky plus 5.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got Mississippi State versus Arkansas. Arkansas opening up as a 1-point home favorite with the over-under at 148.5. Mississippi State coming into this matchup 20-10. Arkansas 18-12. Head-to-head, Mississippi State 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. 7-3 covering the spread. Mississippi State 4-6 in their last 10, coming off a Texas loss. Arkansas 3-1 in their last 4, coming off a Vanderbilt win. Mississippi State, they've been really good against Arkansas. 9-2 against Arkansas, 8-3 covering against Arkansas. Arkansas 5-1 covering at home right now, 8-1 covering the spread. I think it's going to be tough for Mississippi State to come on the road and beat Arkansas. They haven't really played well lately. You got Arkansas kind of turning it around right before the tournament time, so they can hopefully get into the tournament. They're going to have to do really good in the SEC tournament here. But yeah, 1-point spread, a pick'em game. I think I'm going to take the home team here. I think Arkansas's got it. Give me the Razorbacks money line at home. Next matchup, we've got St. John's versus Marquette. Marquette opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 143.5. St. John's coming into this matchup 26-4. Marquette 22-8. Head-to-head, Marquette 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Last time these teams played in February, St. John's beat Marquette 70-64. They're 9-1 in their last 10, coming off a Seton Hall win. Marquette coming off a UConn loss here. Overall, their last 10 games, just 5-5. So not very impressive there in their last 10. St. John's, 6-1 covering on the road. 15-1 against the Big East, where they've been really good. 10-4-1 covering this spread here. Marquette just 3-6 covering this spread, where they've had their struggles. Just 7-13 covering at home. 7-13 covering against the Big East. I'm liking the points of St. John's here. We're getting a lot of great ranked matchups today. A lot of important games. Give me St. John's plus 3.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got Penn State versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin opening up as an 11-point home favorite with the over-under at 153.5. Penn State coming into this matchup 15-15. Wisconsin 23-7. Head-to-head, Wisconsin 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Penn State 2-8 in their last 10. It's just bad for Penn State. I mean, their season's done, really. They're just been horrible. Wisconsin, they're coming off a nice Minnesota win. Penn State 2-18 against Wisconsin, 0-20 on the road against Wisconsin, 1-12 on the road. I mean, those numbers are insane. Wisconsin 8-1 at home, 7-2 covering the spread. Yeah, I just don't have any confidence in Penn State. They've had a lot of games this season where they've gotten blown out. I think I gotta take Wisconsin -11 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got Iowa State versus Kansas State. Iowa State opening up as a 6.5-point road favorite with the over/under at 141. Iowa State coming into this matchup 22-8. Kansas State 15-15. Head-to-head, Kansas State 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Iowa State coming off a BYU loss. A tough little stretch from Iowa State. They're 1-3 in their last 4. Last time they played Kansas State, they were 15-point favorites and they lost 80-61. I don't know. Iowa State, they're just not very reliable. I'll say that. Kansas State on a 2-game winning streak coming off a Cincy win. Iowa State 1-4 on the road against Kansas State, 2-4 covering against Kansas State. They've struggled against Kansas State. Kansas State 6-1 covering at home, 12-3 covering in their last 15 here. Yeah, Iowa State, I don't know. It's just weird. They've been big favorites 2 of their last 3 games and they've lost outright. So I don't know. Something about this game, I don't know. I think I got to take Kansas State plus 6.5 at home today. Next matchup, we've got South Carolina versus Tennessee. Tennessee opening up as a 15.5-point home favorite with the over/under at 131.5. South Carolina coming into this matchup 12-18. Tennessee 24-6. Head-to-head, Tennessee 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings, 7-3 covering the spread. South Carolina 2-8 in their last 10. Just hasn't been good for South Carolina. Tennessee, they're coming off a tough Ole Miss loss. South Carolina 1-6 against Tennessee, 1-7 covering against Tennessee, and then 1-6 on the road against Tennessee, where they've been really bad. Tennessee 15-1 at home. Yeah, give me Tennessee -15.5 on money line at home today. Next matchup, we got Stanford versus Louisville. Louisville opening up as 11.5-point home favorite with the over/under at 148. Stanford coming into this matchup 19-11. Louisville 24-6. Head-to-head, Louisville 2-0 in the last 2 head-to-head meetings, 2-0 covering the spread. Stanford, they're coming off a Notre Dame loss. You got Louisville hot, 9-1 in their last 10. They're on an 8-game winning streak right now. Stanford just 2-8 covering the spread, 1-7 covering on the road. Louisville 10-0 at home, where they've been really good this season. Yeah, 5-0 against the ACC right now. Yeah, I think I just got to take Louisville -11.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we've got Alabama versus Auburn. Auburn opening up as an 8-point home favorite with the over/under at 178. Bama coming into this matchup 21-7. Auburn 27-3. Head-to-head, Auburn 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings, 2-1 covering the spread. These teams played, February 15th. Bama lost that matchup 94-85. Auburn, they're coming off a bad A&M loss. Bama 2-5 covering against Auburn, where they've had their struggles head-to-head here. The overs hit in 8 of the last 10 on the road between the two. Auburn 15-1 at home. The overs hit in 5 of their last 7 against Bama. This one's tough. Because, Auburn coming off a bad loss. Auburn did beat Bama by 9 last time they played. Yeah, this one's tough. I haven't really seen Bama as higher than like a 5-point dog. But, on a tough 2-game losing streak. I mean, the SEC is just such a brutal conference here. So every game is pretty tough here. But Auburn at home. Yeah, I think I got to give the edge to Auburn here. And I think I'm going to take Auburn -8 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we got Northwestern versus Maryland. Let's see. There we go. Maryland opening up as a 10.5-point home favorite with the over/under at 140.5. Northwestern coming into this matchup 16-14. Maryland 23-7. Head-to-head, Northwestern 3-0 in their last 3 head-to-head meetings, 2-1 covering the spread. Northwestern coming off a UCLA loss. Maryland, they're 8-2 in their last 10, coming off a Michigan win. And Northwestern, surprising, they're 5-2 against Maryland, but just 2-6 on the road against Maryland, where they've struggled. Maryland 13-1 at home. The over is hit in 4 of their last 5 against Northwestern. I don't know if I trust Northwestern to come on the road and really do anything against Maryland here. Maryland's playing so good. Northwestern, I don't know. They haven't been much of anything this season, really. And, yeah, I got to take Maryland here. I think it's a good spot for them at home. I'll take Maryland minus 10.5 and money line in this one. Next matchup, we got Texas A&M versus LSU. A&M opening up as a 6.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 142.5. A&M coming into this matchup 21-9. LSU 14-16. Head-to-head, A&M 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. You got A&M coming off an Auburn win. LSU 2-8 in their last 10. They're on a 4-game losing streak. LSU's just been really bad this season. A&M 4-1 against LSU. I don't know, not the greatest numbers here. LSU 1-5 at home. The unders hit in 5 of their last 5 5 of the last 5 straight up against A&M here. LSU 0-6 covering the spread in March. Yeah, I just don't trust LSU here. Give me A&M minus 6.5 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we've got Arizona versus Kansas. Kansas opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 153. Arizona coming into this matchup 20-10. Kansas 19-11. Head-to-head, Kansas 4-3 in the last 7 head-to-head meetings. Arizona coming off an Arizona State win. Kansas on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Houston loss. Kansas, they've struggled against the good teams here. They really have. Arizona 5-1 covering against Kansas. 11-5 covering on the road where they've been really good. Kansas just 5-10 covering the spread. 1-5 covering in March. 1-6 covering on a Saturday. Yeah, I don't know. These are so many great games today here. I'm just liking a lot of these dogs. Kansas has struggled against the good teams. Give me Arizona plus 3.5 on the road today. Next matchup, we got Ole Miss versus Florida. Florida opening up as an 11.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 157. Ole Miss coming into this matchup 21-9. Florida 26-4. Head-to-head, Florida 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. You got Ole Miss on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Tennessee win. Florida on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Bama win. Ole Miss, 0-7 on the road against Florida. They're 1-6 covering the spread. 0-5 covering on the road. You got Florida 8-1 covering the spread, 6-0 covering at home, where they've been really good. The unders hit in 5 of their last 7 between the two. Ole Miss. Yeah, it's a high spread, but Ole Miss has not been able to cover the spread, especially in their losses. They've had bad losses here against good teams, and Florida, at home here. I just don't know if I could trust Ole Miss here. It's a big spread. That's why I would recommend you guys throw some teasers in, get some alt spreads going today. But yeah, we'll still take Florida minus 11.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got Virginia Tech versus Clemson. Clemson opening up as a 17.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 137. Virginia Tech coming into this matchup 13-6. Clemson 25-5. Head-to-head, Clemson 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Virginia Tech coming off a UNC loss, a bad UNC loss by like 30. Clemson, they're hot, 9-1 in their last 10, coming off a Boston College win. They're playing great. Last time they played Virginia Tech, they won by 15. Virginia Tech just 1-4-1 covering against Clemson. Clemson 6-1 covering the spread on a 7-game winning streak. Yeah, Clemson, man, this is a huge spread. 17.5, but Virginia Tech's just been so bad. Can we trust Virginia Tech to get the cover on the road? I mean, they've had plenty of bad losses, especially in North Carolina. I mean, that game is a horrible loss here. Clemson, I mean, they've been blowing a lot of teams out, especially in the ACC here. Yeah, I think I just got to take Clemson here. These spreads are high, but they've been able to prove it. They've proven they can cover those spreads. Give me Clemson minus 17.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got Duke versus North Carolina. Duke opening up as a 10-point road favorite with the over-under at 158. Duke coming into this matchup 27-3. North Carolina 20-11. Head-to-head, UNC 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. You got Duke. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Last time they played UNC, they beat them by 17. UNC, they're hot. They're on a 6-game winning streak, but man, Duke just has such blowout potential. I mean, they are blowing out almost every team they're playing. Most of their games are blowouts. It's absolutely crazy. Duke 6-0 covering the spread. They're 10-1 on the road. North Carolina has been good too, but Duke just blows teams out. And Duke blew North Carolina out last time they played here. Duke's just too lethal on offense, just all over the board. I just can't trust North Carolina. As good as they've been playing here, I got to take Duke minus 10 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got Texas Tech versus Arizona State. Texas Tech opening up as a 10.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 151.5. Texas Tech coming into this matchup 23-7. Arizona State 13-17. Head-to-head, Arizona State 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. 3-0 covering the spread. Texas Tech on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a Colorado win. Last time they played Arizona State, they beat them 111-106. Arizona State plays them pretty well here. Arizona State, the 1-9 in their last 10. They have not been good this year. Texas Tech 9-2 on the road where they've been good. Arizona State 0-7 covering at home, 3-7 covering the spread. I mean, do we trust Arizona State with the spread? They've been so bad. They've had a lot of bad losses this season. They played a close one last time here. Yeah, I think I gotta take just Texas Tech. I just don't trust Arizona State here. Give me the Red Raiders minus 10.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got Houston versus Baylor. Houston opening up as a 4.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 131. Houston coming into this matchup 26-3. Baylor 18-12. Head-to-head, Houston 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. You got Houston on a 9-game winning streak. They beat Baylor by 11 in their last head-to-head meeting during this win streak. And you're getting them a lot cheaper today too, which is nice. Baylor on a 2-game winning streak, but Houston 5-1 covering against Baylor, 13-0 on the road right now. Baylor 0-6-1 covering the spread. Yeah, I think you're getting Houston at a big discount today on the road. Give me Houston minus 4.5 and money line in this one. In the last matchup, we got Utah versus BYU. BYU opening up as a 12.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 153.5. Utah coming into this matchup 16-14. BYU 22-8. Head-to-head, Utah 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Utah coming off a West Virginia loss, haven't really played that great. You got BYU. I mean, they're probably one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They are on a 7-game win streak, coming off an Iowa State win, coming off a big underdog win. I mean, they've been underdogs a couple times during this win streak too. Utah 0-6 covering on the road. They're 1-10 on the road against BYU. BYU 7-0 covering the spread during this win streak, which is crazy. 10-1 at home against Utah. 18-2 at home, where they've been really good here. I just had the momentum with BYU. They're playing so good against the good teams too, and the bad teams. The bad teams, they've been blowing out. So I think I got to take BYU minus 12.5 and money line at home today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.